So, I mean, clearly, one cannot really stop the pace at which technologies are changing around the world. But it's imperative that we keep up with those technology trends because you need to understand how those technologies could be taken and implemented for the benefit of all your stakeholders. One way of doing this is through a reverse mentoring process. As all of us know, as the companies start to globalize and move into markets like the emerging countries and so on, the workforce is getting younger and younger. And we find that more Gen Ys or millennials are either in the workforce or will be entering the workforce. And by Gen Y and millennials, I mean people who are less than 30 years old. And that generation is much more technology savvy than the previous generation. And their way of working is different, the way they collaborate is different, the way they use technology for managing their activities on a daily basis is different. And therefore, for all companies in the future, you've got to be able to adapt to these technologies and you've got to put those technologies to use. Not only because they work, but also it becomes a vehicle for you to attract young talent into the workplace. And for us to be able to do that as technology professionals, we've got to leverage that population that's under 30 years old today. And one way to do that is through this reverse mentoring process, where we set up time with those individuals and ask them to teach us on how to use these technologies differently, because that's something that we've not done before. And it really proves to be a very enriching, enlightening kind of an experience because they use that differently. And it's really incumbent upon us to learn, how to adapt to those technologies. So this reverse mentoring works well because they teach us what to do. And in return, we also give them mentoring on how to work in a corporate setup in an enterprise setting. We talk about influencing skills, assertive communication skills, effective communication, and so on. So it's a two-way street. We learn from the younger generation on the technologies of tomorrow, and they learn from us on how to adapt to the enterprise world.